Elgato has been positioning themselves as the kind of company that could sell you everything you possibly need for your at-home streaming setup. I'm talking capture cards, microphones, lighting, and now acoustic sound paneling. That's right, the stuff you put on your walls when you want to improve the sound quality of your room. These are the Elgato Wave panels, not to be mixed up with the Wave, which is confusingly also the name of their brand of microphone. The starter pack will run you $100 for 6 panels, which is a solid chunk of change, especially since you can go to sites like Amazon and buy cheaper foam panels in bulk. Elgato sent us a starter pack to try out, so in this video we're going to break down what you get in the box, how easy installation is, whether they actually make a difference to your sound quality, and if they are worth that $100. And remember, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like and sub button if you haven't already. It means a lot to us. So your first question might be, why would you want these anyway? Well, the layout of your space plays a huge role in the quality of your sound. In short, audio can reverberate off walls and hard surfaces. This affects the sound coming out of your speakers as well as audio recordings. Filling your room with soft objects such as couches, carpets, and curtains can help absorb sound, but there are still plenty of places with hard surfaces that need to be covered, mainly your walls and ceilings. And that is where acoustic paneling comes in. If your room is properly treated, it can result in dramatically improved acoustics. So what actually comes with this starter pack? Well, in the box are 6 hexagonal foam panels. They are 19 inches in width, running from point to point. The panels are actually made from 2 different materials. A low-density foam that is for dampening the high-range frequencies, and a high-density fiber behind that for trapping the mids and lows. The size of the panels are quite nice, and while I'm no expert when it comes to the world of foam, they are of a nicer quality than the cheaper, less dense stuff that I've worked previously with in studios. But what makes this more of a premium product to me is the mounting frames, which is by far the most appealing part for me. Acoustic foam can be a right pain in the ass to set up. There are wall-friendly solutions like command strips, but those don't really stick to foam. And then you got things like staple guns or glues, which is fine in a studio environment, but it is absolutely going to tear up your walls at home, and you definitely do not want that. There are wall-friendly solutions you can come up with to mount that kind of cheap foam, but it is going to require more time and resources on your part. Elgato's solution is a plastic frame, which you just set up on your wall and then you mount the foam on, and that's it. It is a quick, easy, clean solution, and it gives you everything you need out of the box to make it happen. And to Elgato's credit, the setup process was a lot smoother and faster than I figured it would be. The only construction really required is to snap the frame pieces into place, and then you're ready to go. The next step being planning out where to put your panels. This is where Elgato falls short. Ideally, you really want to plan out where to put your acoustic paneling to best fit your space, but Elgato doesn't provide any resources or tips either in their instructions or their website. The best you get is a couple of designs that they offer you to try out. Okay, but which one's going to give me the best sound? So you're going to need to do some extra research on your own to figure out where the best position is to fit your personal setup. Speaking of, I live in a small 1-bedroom apartment, and my computer setup is in my living room, which is by no means the optimal situation for this kind of setup, but I'm just working with what I have, which I imagine is the case for most people. So for my situation, I've decided the best course of action is to set up all my panels right behind my monitor and speakers, which should help dampen my voice. Now when it comes to installation, you have 2 options. Sticky adhesive for smooth walls and screws for rougher walls, with the recommendation of using both for extra stability. Now my walls are pretty rough, but I am not really that interested in putting holes in them, so I ended up using the sticky adhesive and it worked out pretty well. Just remember to wipe down your wall with a mix of water and isopropyl alcohol first. Now, once you get your first frame set up, it's as simple as using the sides to line up the rest and then joining them all with the connecting piece. You then place the foam panels on and you're pretty much done. A painless setup in my opinion, and pretty easy to take down and move somewhere else if needed. The sticky adhesive that comes with is pretty much exactly like the command strips you can find in any store if you need replacements. Now comes the big question. Do they actually make a difference? For this, I've recorded 2 simple audio tests before and after. Hello, this is me testing my microphone before we set up the Elgato Wave panels. This is me testing my microphone after we've set up the Elgato Wave panels. I'll admit that at first I didn't really feel like there was much of a difference when I was just going about my daily routine recording VO for work, but now that I've compared them side by side, it's actually a pretty noticeable change thanks to the panels. My audio is softer and less sharp, which is more pleasing on the ears. You can see this when comparing the waveform of my audio. The peaks in the audio where I set up the wave panels is a lot shorter because there isn't any reverb. Like I said, I was originally skeptical of the actual improvements these wave panels could make to my audio, but having now listened to it, I'm pleasantly surprised and happy with the results. The question now is whether it's worth that $100 price tag. You will undoubtedly be saving money buying the cheaper stuff in bulk, but the quality of that foam isn't going to be on par with the wave panels. There's also the matter of setup. I cannot express just how much of a pain it is to set up that cheaper foam paneling and how much damage it can potentially do to your walls. The easy installation is a huge plus for me. And yes, they are a little expensive, but once you start to compare them to the professional grade acoustic paneling, which ranges in the hundreds of dollars, they start to look a lot more reasonable. You're also paying for the presentation and appearance of professionalism. The sleek hexagonal design doesn't look ugly on your walls and appears well on camera on a set. I won't deny that after I first set them up, I did feel more professional during my voiceover. I was originally ready to write these off as a unnecessarily expensive version of the cheaper foam you can get on Amazon. However, the quality of the foam is actually really nice, and the ease of installation makes it a pretty easy recommendation for me, especially if you're interested in improving the sound quality of your at-home streaming setup. Hey everybody, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it's given you some good information if you were interested in checking out the Elgato Wave panels, or you've just now learned about sound paneling in general and want to check that out for yourself, regardless of what foam you end up going with. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you haven't already, please give us a like and sub. It means a lot to us. It tells us that these videos are doing well and that you guys like them and that you want to see more like these, such as previous videos that I've done, such as ones where I compared 2 $50 headsets, one from RAZER and one from HyperX. So why not check that out? Thanks for watching.